It's kind of tradition, I guess.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There we go.
Oh, shit. So, second one we do in nature. I did one yesterday. It's pretty good. I like nature. It's nice out here. It's pretty quiet. But, yeah, I didn't even ask. I didn't even know your name. Like, yeah. So I'm here with. Can I consider you a baker? Is it baker, chef?
Sure. Baker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here with a baker. What's your name?
Jasilienn.
Jasilienn. Oh, that's a cool name. So we're just gonna discuss like how you got started. What's your favorite, dish or bakery?
Baked good. Yeah.
Baked good. There you go. Type of ordeal. And yeah. All right.
Okay.
So you said that you brought some stuff.
I did. Okay.
I don't want to be like a fat ass and just like.
Okay.
But.
So these are blondies. They're
Okay.
basically like the anti-brownie, like a vanilla brownie.
Right.
And they have white chocolate macadamia in it.
Cool.
I don't know if you like that. I might piss him off. Who knows?
I don't mind. I don't mind. Let me just.
I know some people are very particular about eating nuts in baked goods. Some people fucking hate it.
I don't mind nuts. I mean.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Did I just eat the whole, like one whole, or half?
That's up to you, man. You live your life. I'm just here. You can make whatever decision you
want
want.
to split one?
Dude, I'm around this stuff all the time. People think that because I bake so much, I must have like such a big sweet tooth, but I really don't.
That's funny because I don't watch podcasts at all. At all, like zero.
You get sick of it to a certain extent.
There you
like
go.
you enjoy making it, but like listening to them and absorbing that
It's
kind
like,
of stuff.
nah.
At some point, you're just over it. Like I have more of a savory tooth than I do a sweet tooth.
Sorry. It's just because the mic is your mic is under your jacket. There. So I didn't mean to look, but okay, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna eat this.
You're good, dude.
This is good. What the
I mean,
fuck?
I would hope so. I would hope it's not horrible, at least. I feel so awkward watching people eat my stuff. It feels like I have to give them privacy.
No, this is good. Holy shit.
Thank you. I literally made them this morning.
So are you like the person in the group, like your friend group that, or everybody
When
else?
there's a birthday, I'm always the person who bakes their cake or makes them a baked good for their birthday. And even if I'm just like visiting my friend's house or something, I always bring something. It's just like a tradition at this point. It feels rude not to, because people know that I make so much stuff. It's like, you really showed up here without cookies, so I have to.
That's kind of the thing with having like a passion or a hobby that everybody knows about. You become like that.
That's
that
all you
person.
are to some people, in a way.
Yeah.
Like in high school and everything, I used to sell. It just so happened to happen, but people would just be like, Jasilienn, they'd be like, who the hell is that? But they'd be like, oh, the girl that bakes cookies. And they'd be like, yeah, no, I know her. But they don't know my actual name. Just the girl who bakes cookies. Which is fine with me because it's what I love to do.
Yeah.
That's okay with me.
So wait, what grade did you get into this?
Okay, so I've always been obsessed since I was little. I had like a play kitchen, play tools, fake food. And I just I don't know how to explain it. I've been trying to think about this lately. I don't know what it is that I'm so obsessed with, but it's something about like making something and seeing the physical product.
Right.
I might just be a fat ass because it's like you could do that with like a podcast or something. You could see the output.
Yeah.
But like I think it was just like me being a fat ass. I'm like, I love making something and giving it to other people as well because sharing it with them. No one's gonna be like, oh, I don't want food. I don't want a cookie or something. But since I was little, my parents kind of fed into that. Anything that I was interested in, they would help me. So if I was interested in like photography or something, they'd get me a camera, which I'm very privileged to have because a lot of parents don't support their kids in whatever they do. But I feel like I'm just going off topic right now.
No, I mean,
when I was little, I just grew a fascination with baking. And like in elementary school, I was already obsessed. Like my shoes, I had like a pair of Converse that had cupcakes on them. Like it was everything to me. And then in middle school, I started like bringing baked goods to people at school, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, this is good! Like you should start selling." So I did.
How much? What were the prices looking
So the things I sold in middle school, it was like baby numbers. Cause dude, I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like when I think about it now, I'm like, I was doing like big boss shit when I was like 11. Like what was I doing? But I would sell like cookies, cake pops, cupcakes, and even teachers would buy from me.
Damn.
Yeah. And they would be like, yo, you need to keep this on the low. Like the teachers would be like, I'm gonna buy from you, but you have to keep it on the low because you're not supposed to be doing this. Because technically a kid can't be selling stuff. That's it goes against like
misdemeanor.
Exactly. But it like fed into like even adults were buying from me. I was like, okay, maybe this is something. And then in high school, this one girl asked me, because I would always bring baked goods to share with people, because I always have leftovers. Mm-hmm. And she was like, can you do an order for me? And I was like, an order? I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, oh, I want like this amount of cookies, whatever. And then that started me having a whole business because everyone saw she had cookies. And they're like, we want cookies.
Right.
So that was basically like my first job ever. Mm-hmm. I didn't have an actual job. I was just like a little entrepreneur or whatever, which I hate saying that word because it's like...
But it was, you're getting like what, like decent money?
Yeah, I was getting like thousands like put into my account because
of
like cookies. Yes.
What the fuck?
Dude, because everyone would buy from me and it would be every single day.
Damn.
So that's how I built my reputation. Like my entire Instagram and everything, even if you go into like old posts, it's all just like baked goods and everything.
Do you have like an account dedicated to it or?
I don't like to separate it because to me, I'm just Jasilienn who happens to bake. It's not like my entire personality. I'm like baker. I'm a baker.
Yeah.
That's why at the beginning when you were like, what do I even call you? I was like, what do you call me?
Yeah, I mean, I like it that way. It's more natural.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like they make another account and it's just like pushing garbage out.
It's just separating, and I don't. I would rather not do that because it's just like. It's not just like a business to me. It's just something that I genuinely enjoy.
Exactly. So I mean, how do your orders work? Like, are you just like locally known? Because it seems like that. Like it's just like.
No, actually, because it's funny because I've never advertised ever. Yeah. Like in my entire history of baking, I've never advertised and been like, "Oh, buy from me," or "You can buy from me." It's just like word of mouth. People would be like, "Oh, I heard you make cookies. Can you make me some?" And then it turned into some whole big thing. I still don't know how that even happened. Actually, like I've never processed it. Like. People were just like, "Hey, I know you could do something. Can you do it for me?"
Damn, when it's word of mouth like that big, I feel like you can't take that next step.
What do you mean by next step?
Like you can, if you were to advertise it, it wouldn't be the worst thing. Like
no, it definitely wouldn't be bad. It's just I feel like right now. Okay, the other day I go to FIU. Yeah. I ran into someone from high school, and they were like, "Oh, you go to school?" They were like, "I thought you just bake cookies because that's what I see on your Instagram." And I was like, that's so funny to me because it's true. Like, all I put out in content is just, like, it's me and my cookies and whatever I bake. But, like, I do have other things I do. Yeah. I have a life outside of cookies as well. You know, I'm pursuing, like, I'm actually doing other stuff. I'm not just, people think I live in, like, Candyland in my mind or something.
Do you have, like, who are your inspirations? Do you watch other baking shows? Do you care for them? So
when I was younger, I would like consume a lot of content that was food based. So like there was stuff like the Great British Baking Show, the Cooking Channel, Food Network, all of that I would watch. But I wouldn't say that I watch anyone specifically who baked. Right. Who baked. It was like just like
perfectly under the sun. It's like
I would watch. I feel like everything I saw on like Food Network and everything was specifically cooking. Which cooking and baking, people are like, oh, it's like the same thing. But it's kind of not because baking is very precise. Yeah. Cooking, you can just be like, oh, I want to throw this in. But baking... Yeah,
you make such a good point there.
You have to use ratios and everything or else things are going to come out completely wrong. Because one little mistake can turn like a cookie into a cake.
That shit's insane. Have you watched The Bear?
That show with the guy from Shameless?
Yeah, with Lip.
It was super good. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Finally, someone else that watched the damn shit.
I've been telling my mom to watch it, and she was like, I don't care about cooking stuff like that. But I think it's a very realistic depiction of like working in a kitchen.
Yeah. Have you done that?
Okay. So, in high school, I got hired by this guy under the table. Okay. And I basically, it was very illegal. I'm going to say it anyways, because who cares? Yeah. It was very illegal. He had a home kitchen. Like, he rented out an apartment. Yeah. And just turned it into, like, a huge bakery type of thing, like multiple ovens.
But like
multiple,
relying purposely on you.
No,
he had already done it, and it was
like no, he had all that,
okay.
and he hired me to basically do like all the prep work, so like greasing pans, packaging stuff, and everything. He was like the one who baked stuff. I didn't know the recipes or anything.
Okay.
It didn't last very long though because he did not pay me. And one day, I was like 17, I called him on the phone, and I basically like cussed him out. And I was like, you're taking advantage of like underage kids and getting them to do like child labor shit for you. And then he paid me because I think he got scared because
like blackmail. Yeah.
Which I it was like $500 because I had worked like 2 weeks, but I was like,
was he making bank?
He was a very well known, like well rated. I'm not gonna say the name obviously, but like he was very well rated and everything, and he had so many good reviews. But I don't know if you know this app. It's like for neighbors. That like neighbors can post online, and then other neighbors can see what's going on.
Oh, like the Facebook has like a neighbor.
Something like that, yeah.
Thing? Yeah, okay.
And someone had posted, they were like, my daughter started working for this guy and she wasn't getting paid. And then my mom was like, that sounds very similar to you. Yeah. And then she saw it was the same guy, and that's when I cussed him out over the phone. I was like, you're taking advantage of like underage girls to do the work for you, and you're not even paying them.
But he was in your neighborhood, or? In
the neighborhood next to me. Who knows if he's still there? I could just walk up and be like, hey, you remember me? But yeah.
Damn. But you've never had that like hands-on stress from having to close up and all that? No?
At my other job that I was working for like 2 years.
Yeah.
I wasn't hired to do anything related to food, but sometimes they would bring me into the prep and stuff. And I would have to prepare like goods. There was like a strawberry Nutella and banana stuff. I would have to like roll it out, you know, put the stuff in, whatever.
Right.
But it wasn't stressful because I wasn't like in a kitchen environment where you have customers like around you and everything. I was just working in like a cold little gray room doing stuff by myself, which I liked because I don't like dealing with people.
Yeah, customers suck.
Because people can be very upsetting.
Just the mic. Fuck.
No, it's fine.
So bad. I'm sorry.
My bad. I'm just gonna like, there we go.
Cool. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's just like...
He's gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
No, it's fine, dude.
But... And have you ever done like have you watched Binging with Babish? Do you know who that is?
I love him. He's such a good guy. Just like, obviously I don't know, but I've seen other videos other than his cooking videos where he just speaks about like his experiences and stuff, and he seems like a genuinely good person. Yeah,
it was like it took him like 4 years to finally like separate cooking and like try and bring himself out. But anyways, what I wanted to ask you is, have you ever done something like that, like not for cameras or anything, but just like cook meals that you've seen from shows or movies?
From shows or movies, like how he does, I wouldn't say that I have. I definitely get like inspiration from stuff I see, especially like in something like Studio Ghibli, like movies like that, where the food looks so good, especially like in animes and stuff like that. They make the food look so good, and you're like, I want that. Yeah. And I definitely see that, and I'm like, that inspires me to make some stuff. I'm like, I want to make something that looks like that in person. But I wouldn't say like anything specific. Like the way that he does.
I think one of those shows had like fajitas in them.
Fajitas?
Right? I think so.
Probably.
Don't they Asian fajitas, or I don't even know if they were fajitas, but everything to me always looks like fajitas in anime.
Everything's fajitas.
Like for some reason, I don't know why, but it just looks like that. It's all like a bunch of colors.
I feel like the inspiration I get is just you have to do stuff hands-on. Yeah. The amount of times that I've failed, like obviously I don't post every single time I do something because I'm always doing stuff. Yeah. But the amount of times that I failed at something and I had to redo it, like there's this specific cookie called a macaroon. They're almost impossible. Yeah. To make. They're like super fickle. You have to beat it a certain amount of times. Something has to be at the right temperature. And there's just a bunch of things that can go wrong. But the first time that I got it like correct, I was on top of the world. My confidence was at an all-time like high. And I think I get that from baking, like in a way that I don't from anything else.
So that's definitely like your kind of like your outlet. Like when you're stressed out, you'll bake.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. What's like your usual, like just something, whip up? Cookies? Cookies
are definitely the first one that people think of, but I think that's because they're the most like adaptable. Right. Because you can make a basic dough and add whatever you want in it. Like I had just made like potato chip, milk done, pretzel. Like I threw in a bunch of shit.
What the fuck?
And it was good though. Yeah. But like you could throw in whatever you want, and then that's your thing. And it's different from like cakes and stuff like that because they're more time consuming.
Yeah.
To make a cake. Personally, I'm gonna be honest. I hate making cakes. I'm not a big fan of cakes as a dessert either. Mm. And it's just like leveling it out, frosting it, and then doing the design. If you want to put a design, not my thing.
I'm guessing you guys eat a lot of dessert at your place, huh?
My family, my family has a long history of health issues.
Oh shit!
So when I was little, they're like, "You have to be kidding me." Her hobby is baking.
Right.
Because everyone in my family has like, not my parents, but everyone past that. They have a heart attack, clogged arteries, like everything going wrong.
Have you killed anybody?
Have I killed anyone? Not to my knowledge. But I feel like my family and my household, at least, they're pretty good with like portioning it out because it could easily become like overkill, like sugar coma. I do have 2 little brothers that they'll like eat anything. They're like a garbage disposal. But I have one of my brothers. He's like my hardest critic ever. Like if I want an honest opinion, I will go to him. He refused to eat anything I baked for like years because of one mishap. Yeah, I baked something and it was so bad. I don't even want to talk about it. It was it was like this. It was like a Halloween cookie, and it was supposed to look like a witch finger.
Yeah.
So it's like a shortbread cookie. It has like an almond piece as a nail. It was the worst thing I've ever made in my life. It tasted like Play-Doh. Like I'm being serious. It would not cook for whatever reason.
And what did the consistency look like?
It was supposed to be just like a crumbly cookie.
Right.
It would not cook. Like no matter how many hours I put it in the oven, it just stayed raw. And it tasted like Play-Doh. It smelled like Play-Doh, and it was horrible. And I remember it like it was yesterday because it made me want to like not bake anymore. I was like, I don't think I'm meant for this, to be honest. And my brother, from that moment on, for years, he was like, I am not touching anything you bake because I don't trust you. And then eventually I started easing into making more things that he would like.
Right.
You know, he's 17. He'll eat like fucking anything.
Yeah.
But I made cosmic brownies, like imitation, the other day. And that's something that he likes. And I knew that could lure him in. Because that would be more interesting to him than like a witch finger. He was like way younger, but like still.
You think you can imitate Twinkies?
Could I? Probably. Would I want to? I'm not a big fan of Twinkies.
Yeah, no, me. I don't know why, because that's like the most like discontinued snack thing that
it's discontinued?
Yeah, it's been discontinued now for like. You didn't know that?
No.
I hope I'm right about that, but I think it's been discontinued.
Someone needs to fact check you, bro.
Yeah. But,
seriously?
Yeah, it's been discontinued now for a while. When was the last time that you saw a Twinkie?
See, I don't focus on Twinkies that much in my daily life, so I'm not exactly sure.
I mean, it's not like I go to the store.
No, now I'm thinking that you just go to the store and you're like, I need to see if there's Twinkies
here. Yeah. I mean, I just knew that. I don't know, that fact is just like back there in my head. But
do I have tattoos? Well, my tattoos are just there. Yeah. So this arm specifically, well, both arms I eventually want to have fully tattooed. But the tattoos I have on this side, I have a cookie. I have a croissant.
Okay.
I have a Mason chain ice cream cone. And then I have the little girl from the Utz brand. I don't know if you know that, like the cheese balls. The jar of cheese balls, she's the brand mascot.
Oh, okay, like the ones that you just, like they're not frozen, or it's just
frozen.
No, right,
cheese
like
ball?
It's just like the puffs,
like
right?
the snacks, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, I don't know what the logo looks like, but I mean, I'm seeing it.
You're just gonna trust me. But these 3 I drew. This one was from an artist.
Okay.
But all 3 of these, I don't know about how you are with tattoos, but like, it has to like really like I have to envision it on me, and it has to speak to me before I get it. I know there's some people that will like be like, oh, I just want to get this, and they'll just go. Right. For me, I had to like, I don't trust someone to draw my stuff.
Damn.
If I know, no, it's not like that.
I mean,
that.
I'm just you're the one saying it.
It's not like that, but like, if I'm tattooing something on me permanently, I need to make sure I know exactly what it's gonna look like. And these aren't things that I like plan to tattoo. It's just something that I doodled one day. Right. And I was like, I can really see this on me. And then I got it tattooed.
I mean, it looks good on skin, so.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, good decision.
And then I have these 2, which are the first 2 I ever got.
Okay.
This is a sandwich. And this is just like a little demon heart kind of thing. People get a little off-put by that one. People are like, some people are like, you have a little devil thing on you. And it's like, it's not that deep.
I actually like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably just saying that because I also have a heart.
Yours are way more complex than mine.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm going for like a medieval tattoo, and then I have a dog.
It flows really nicely though, even though there's words and everything.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's been like my biggest concern with it. Like, but I think it looks good.
It does.
So, yeah.
I haven't really spoken about this, but I used to have like an eating disorder throughout high school, which is kind of, it's funny because it goes against everything that I do as a hobby. But like I was obsessed with dropping weight and everything, and at some point I wouldn't eat anything that I made.
I had the same. I was anorexic for a bit.
Is this just like a universal experience?
I've been on both spectrums. I was
like binge eating?
Exactly.
Yes.
I was like really bad cholesterol. I was almost diabetic.
Yeah.
Next year, anorexic. And
Dude,
now I'm just at a good steady.
I used to be like, at my highest weight, I was like 45 pounds heavier than where I am now. I was never obese or anything, but I was overweight. I'm going to show you the picture.
Wait, 45 pounds only?
Over.
Oh, I thought you were only 45. I'm like, damn, how are you still here?
I'm sorry. At that time, I would have been like, I wish I was 45 pounds. But no, I was 45 pounds over like my current weight. Mm-hmm. And I had a problem where I would just binge eat because I would want to starve myself. I would not eat anything, and then that would lead to me being like overly hungry, and then I eat everything in my path. And it was a horrible process, but I feel like I'm at a point where I'm kind of stable, where I have a healthy-ish relationship to food, where I'm not overdoing it, but I'm also not like, you can't eat anything because you need to be skinny. But where's my phone? I'm going to show you what I look like at my higher weight. I look the same.
Did you ever make it to the hospital?
To the hospital?
I mean,
for being like underweight?
I was. Oh, okay.
You had to go to the hospital.
Yeah. I was like, they were like feeding me, trying to get me back to like dieting and all that, because I was just like, I was like obsessed, and I didn't realize that I was that skinny. I was like, dude, I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with me.
That's usually how it goes, because it's never enough, so you want to keep going. But to the hospital, like my hair started falling out. My parents, like some of my family.
You guys didn't go to the hospital?
No, because it was just it was something that I didn't want to speak about to my parents, because if I bring them into something, I want to deal with things on my own.
Right.
And I'm kind of like that with everything. But I'm like very reserved in that way, that I don't like to disturb other people unless necessary. So even when you were like, what the hell are we doing? I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. He's going to be so pissed off. He's like, what is even going on?
No. Yeah, it's probably why like a lot of shit goes wrong on my show, because I'm so laid back.
That's a good thing though.
Yeah.
Because if you were like super uptight, that would definitely change the atmosphere of the people talking. They'd be like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I did this guy, and he was so cool. Like, it was sick.
Yeah.
We were smoking pot. We were having a good time. And then as soon as it went off, the camera shut off. I didn't hear from the dude ever again. Like, I mean, I don't really text. I just don't have time to keep up with a lot of my guests.
Yeah.
Because I just don't, like.
People just got lives to live, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And like, I just wanted the chance to talk to you for a bit. Like, I can't guarantee that I'll continue to keep up with you, right? But like, I try to keep up with this guy, and he just kind of gave me like that cold shoulder. So
some of those people that vent and everything, they're just so rude and just not likable as people.
Thank you.
They act like they're above for whatever reason, and it's not cool at all.
And yeah, they like forget that the only reason why their account is popping is because of us, because we follow it and whatever. And I don't get me wrong, I've had like ego problems, like where it's like relationship, friendship ending. Like I've been over my head. Now I'm good, but I understand why it gets to the head. But after a certain point, you're like yo, like I'm really not shit.
No, as long as you can bring yourself back to that point where you're like, you're just some random person on the planet.
Exactly.
It's fine. It's obviously having confidence.
It goes a long way.
And being an asshole are two different things. Because I feel like you can be confident and not be an asshole.
That was like the hardest thing to separate, you know?
Because when you're confident, you don't have to compare yourself to anyone else. Yeah. To feel good about yourself. But if you have to be like, I'm better than this person because of this, that's being an asshole. That's
exactly what I kept doing. I kept comparing myself to like other podcasts.
You're like, this person isn't doing it like me.
Yeah, and I was just pumping out like 3 videos a day. I'm just like, damn, bro, like nobody's on it. And then I burnt out. I'm like, fuck, wait. Damn, I'm
You
actually
realize you're not really, yeah.
I'm not that guy.
No,
Yeah.
I completely understand that. Even with like baking and everything, I was having like imposter syndrome. Even when you like messaged me about this, I was like, who am I to even be talking? Like, why would anyone want to hear what I have to say?
People do want to hear it.
But I was even speaking to my mom. I was like, I'm getting like imposter syndrome right now. And she was like, you've literally been doing this since you were like practically born. So why do you feel that way? And I was just like, in a way, it's because you always want to be better.
Yeah.
And until you're at that point where you're like, I'm really, 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 really good, you don't feel like you're obligated to give yourself that title.
Facts.
So.
Damn, you nailed in the coffin. That's it. I have nothing else to add to that.
But yeah, those like events and everything, I always find it interesting because I love being around other people who do creative things. But I find that some of them just act so pretentious.
I stopped going to them.
And they're in their own bubble.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can do cool things and not be an asshole.
Yeah.
You don't have to act like you're better than other people who also do similar things.
And like, I'm not a feminist. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, I'm not Mr.
Yeah.
You know, but still.
You're not gonna pretend to be someone you're
exactly. Not. You know, like, I watch my favorite bit of Andrew Tate.
Oh my god. But do you watch him in the way where you're like, I love everything he's saying?
No, I have a girlfriend. I think if you have... Okay, but there's guys that have girlfriends. But the point is that I don't watch him like where I'm like soaking in his... Like what he's saying. Exactly. I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. This guy has... Because I like different opinions, you know?
It's nice to have different perspectives, even if they don't exactly correlate with your own.
Thank you. That's like...
That's why in recent years, I've been trying to like expand my friendships with people because I don't want to be friends with the same kind of person all the time because I want to hear other things and not be in my own bubble. Yeah. Like how I was saying, these people at these events. Right. That's how it feels.
You know, I've never actually gotten political on this channel.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of do that now.
Okay.
But, okay, so she just brought up the fact that there's a lot of like good girl syndrome on Instagram. How like girls act nice. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong. I have very few arguments on here, and I don't mind this one being the first. But okay, so tell me why a lot of the I don't know where you lie like on the political standpoint, whether you're conservative, liberal, or a mix of both. But a lot of these girls are just like the people in the community. They tend to like side on the liberal side. I don't know if you. Like
in the community, like the art community and creatives,
which is
for
like,
sure.
You know, which is okay. You know, I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
But there seems to be like this like thing where like, for some reason I've noticed that liberals tend to be more aggressive when it comes to like believing in something rather than conservative. I don't know. Okay, I've always wanted to bring that up.
Conservatives are more reserved about their beliefs.
Exactly.
And then liberals go out of their way.
There you go. Literally, I don't know if you've noticed that. I don't know if I'm tripping, but
I definitely see more content. I'm not very political myself on Instagram.
Yeah,
I'm not the type to post like the little infographics or anything.
Yeah.
I do my voting and everything, but it's not something that I need to publicize.
Exactly. There you go. Thank you.
And people definitely, like on the liberal side, I see more content from that than like Republican information or like conservative information. And if I do, it's because it's liberal views being like, we don't like this. Yeah. More than me seeing the other perspective.
Right. It's never like uplifting. It's always like kind of like, yo, if you voted for da-da-da-da or if you believe in so-and-so, we don't agree with you or like we don't approve of you. It's always like...
I think that has to do with just like for dramatic effect on Instagram. Like I said, I'm not the type to put my views out there. Yeah. I have my views, but I'm not going to speak. I feel like a problem. This is something specifically that I think is a problem. Everyone is just very political and they don't exactly know what they're speaking about because I see the same infographics all the time. Right. And I'll look at it and I'll be like, where is this content coming from? Where are these like statements coming from? Yes. And it's like, from either side, you shouldn't be posting things that you can't back up if there's like a research study or something like that. But I think it's more to make a point than anything.
A lot of the time, I don't believe that it's their actual belief. It's just kind of like, it's just like what they've been fed and And also
it's in
like
the community, so
yeah.
that's what they're around. Yeah.
And that's like the one thing I hate about social media is that everybody wants to be a politician all of a sudden when it's beneficial or or beneficial, I guess. But I just wanted to bring that up because I've always noticed it, but we don't have a lot of females on here. Not that it matters that you're a girl, but I feel like you get it. I hope.
No, I understand what you mean.
I don't sound like a dick.
No, not at all. It's just interesting because I've never had to speak about this, and I used to post like very light content about like it's just like I'd be like go vote, but I wouldn't be like go vote for this person, go vote for this person.
And I mean, even if you do, there isn't an issue. It's just like I don't know. It's just me. I don't like it, but
I definitely have my views, but that's my views.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a politician. I'm not going to put out content as if I know every single thing about that. Because like I said, I bake cookies. I'm not in like watching like judicial stuff going on or anything. So I can't be 100% on anything I say.
Yeah.
I could talk about cookies. I could be like, this is how you make a cookie, but I'm not going to be like, go vote for this person did this person did this, because I'm not focused on that. I'm going to die one day. I'm not going to be focused on a politician, some random person. Like, not my thing.
There you go. That was perfect. I'm so glad that you like we agreed to that. Fuck, I'm like an idiot, but yeah.
No, it's funny that you bring it up because I definitely have more liberal views.
Right, and that's okay.
But it's definitely like what you're talking about. I do see more liberal people posting content than I do, because I have friends who are on the more conservative side. Mm-hmm. I don't see them posting anything political. Yeah. I just know by it because I talk to them.
Right.
But they're not the type to post like a little slideshow and this and this and that. I don't know. It's just not part of my personality that much. I'll do my voting, I'll do my part and everything.
Right. I just feel like even me posting doesn't do anything.
I feel that way when I see the same infographics over and over on different people's story, and I'm like, people are just seeing the same things, but they're not clicking them. Yeah. They're not actually reading any of the content. And then even then, you would still have to like fact check it and see what's going on. Because who's making these slideshows?
Exactly. A lot of the time, it's people that don't actually believe in it. Like, fuck, I don't even think we should go down the BLM route, but
it's very. This is a very. I feel like I'm in a hot seat right now.
I like it, but I don't like to do that to my guests. But we've reached like I've reached a comfort level here where it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna test it out. Well, yeah.
I feel like I'm very neutral, at least in the political way. I'm not the type to be boasting about anything online. Not only because like career-wise, I don't want to give myself a reputation, because people do that very easily. They'll just start talking, and then someone pulls up that information later on, and it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's not even that. If you're known, if you have a reputation for posting, and then there's some kind of world news, and that day you didn't post about it, they'll call you out and like, hey man, well, you're not supporting Israelites or whatever.
I feel like that, like if I'm posting content that doesn't relate to like world events going on, I feel like I can't be posting, because it feels like, why are you not talking about this? But it's like, dude, I have no place to talk about it. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So why should I be the one that leads the people knowing about it? I'm not going to speak about something that I don't know about.
And even then, I don't even think I have to post anymore. There's 150 other people posting it.
No, I understand what you're saying, because you see the same stuff over and over. It's like, what is me posting gonna change?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
But that's that. I think that was pretty good. I think that's a solid episode. That's a good episode. That was a good way to end it. So, thank you.
Thank you,
Mrs. Baker.
Mrs. Baker.
Or Jasilienn /Baker.